A highly contagious new strain of COVID has been detected in California. The variant's being called NB181. The San Francisco Chronicle reports scientists at Stanford first discovered it in California on April 17th. It doesn't seem to be more severe than previous variants, but it may spread more easily. It comes as Health Secretary RFK Jr. announced that healthy children and pregnant women no longer need to get COVID vaccine boosters.
So, what is this about a new COVID pandemic that is supposed to be happening right now? And why have I seen about 4 or 5 videos within the last few hours about it? There was even someone a couple of hours ago that was trying to promote masks from the TikTok shop because apparently this new variant is going to be a big deal sometime in September or something like that. So now I need to know, is this true? And are we masking up again? Because I barely made it through the last pandemic and having to wear a mask everywhere I went. I'm not trying to do that again. I'm really not.
Guys, I don't know about you, but it seems like just about everybody that I know is sick right now. I had about 4 or 5 coworkers already this week call out because they were sick. My mom was sick a couple of weeks ago. She had influenza A. My wife was sick in the house. She was dealing with some aches and pains, headaches, body aches, and all the other sort. Everybody, please just take care of yourselves. Hopefully, this all subsides soon. But there is something very troubling going on because it just seems like everybody is catching some illness.
A new and highly transmittable COVID-19 variant, NB181, has now reached the United States, raising alarm among health experts and officials. Originally surging in China, this variant is now being confirmed in states like New York, California, Ohio, and Hawaii, with international travels playing a major role in its spread. In this video, we will hear from victims of the virus, explore the symptoms, and break down what makes NB181 different and potentially dangerous.
Oddly, PSA for COVID, they're calling this one razor blade throat, everybody. From bloody noses to phlegm with blood to extreme fatigue to overstimulated and can't take any external stimuli. And Trump has us cut off from the World Health Organization. So everyone spread the word. Everything is so disconnected right now. I'm seeing scattered videos of this. So I'm making a video to spread awareness to everybody because this is a big deal once again. So with that said, stay healthy, stay safe, wash your hands. Probably a good idea to wear a mask and spread the word.
Good morning, guys. Today is May 30th, Friday, and I have COVID. I just want to let you guys know the symptoms, just in case anyone's sick, and I'm prone to pneumonia, so I have to make sure that I get on it fast if it is COVID, and, make sure I take care of my body. The symptoms I started with was itchy throat, and it hurt a little bit. And then it just, that was the first day. And then the second day, I started getting a little bit of an itchy, like a cough. And then after the cough, I started feeling fatigued. Then after I started feeling fatigued, I started noticing I couldn't taste or smell. So that prompted me to get a COVID test. So I got a COVID test and last night, and it came back positive. I am currently drinking lemon water. I'm eating a lot of protein, vitamin C. I'm going to get some zinc today. So look out for the pink eye stuff because I think that's a real, a real symptom. It's weird though that it just hits you like that. Like within a matter of a day, I started feeling bad. Like that whole hours, before. Anyways, so COVID is going around. Southern California is where I'm from. Today's May 30th. I kind of want to keep track. And this will be my 5th time getting COVID. I get it every year, but usually I get it around November. And it's not November, but maybe I'll get it early so I don't get it this year. But it seems to me it's becoming a thing where it's going around at least once a year, or it's just there, and I'm getting it once a year. Anyone else have COVID? I'm curious to see if it's back to being around again, which I know it is.
I have the new virus, and this is the sick girl update that nobody asked for, but it's actually been a really interesting 24 hours, so I thought I'd tell you anyway. The past 24 hours, my diet has been very, very interesting. I know when you're sicky, you're supposed to eat like really healthy foods and shit, but I've had no appetite whatsoever. The only thing I've been able to eat are 2 of these Publix M&M cookies. Will I be a skinny bitch by tomorrow? I sure hope so. Number 2, earlier today I did feel the slightest bit of appetite, but then I saw a really life-changing video. And for the first time ever, a TikTok video made me cry. It was a girl in New York, and she showed a video of how a rat froze to death on top of a car. Now, because I have personal trauma with rats, that's a whole other story. At first, I was really disgusted. And then I read the comments, and everybody else was really disgusted too. But then I remembered the rat was breathing, and he probably went on top of the car to get cold because he could, oh my God, didn't have a sweater. And then I got so sad because there's no store that sells sweaters for rats, and that's why he froze to death. Okay, that's my sick girl update. I'm doing very unwell mentally and physically. And yes, this is the same sweater I've been in for 48 hours now. I also have not left the house in 4 days. I did take a little ho bath earlier today, and that made me feel a little better. Also, whenever I cough, it feels like red hot flaming nails in my throat. Okay, I'm feeling very pathetic now. I gotta go. Love you. Bye.
I just got back from Japan this past Monday. It is now Sunday, and Monday night started feeling like a scratchy throat. Thought it was my allergies. Didn't think it was anything. Tuesday, severely like scratchy throat. Was like, what the hell? But I had to work a 12-hour. Was falling asleep at work, which like is not norm for me. Next day, I was like, something is going on. I feel terrible. Went to urgent care. The lady looked at me, was like, okay, all your symptoms are here in your throat. You've got tonsillitis. Take this amoxicillin, whatever. Taking the antibiotics. I'm not getting better. My fever is going up. It is now at 104, my fever. Was not going down. I was taking ibuprofen. That wasn't helping. The antibiotics wasn't helping. Finally, after hours and hours of literally like in so much joint pain, body pain, every little hair on my body hurt. Like, I can't even explain it. It just hurt. I was sweating through my clothes because I was so hot. Went to the hospital. The hospital swabbed me for everything, which they didn't do at urgent care. My heart rate was 145 when I walked in. My heart rate was so high. They needed to lower it before they could discharge me and figure out what's going on, obviously. I tested positive for COVID. I have the new variant. Apparently that is the, what did they call it? The razor blade throat is what they're calling it. That's pretty accurate. This is day 6 of being sick, I think. My throat pain is gone. My congestion has just started. My nose is pouring out mucus. Sorry. Gross. I know. Can't breathe. Kind of feel congested. And I'm extremely exhausted. I just slept 12 hours, which is not the norm for me at all. Some other symptoms I had within the first days were nosebleeds. Every time I went to blow my nose, blood came out. Every time I put a tissue in my nose, it came out full of blood. Coughing up bloody mucus. Again, this is like back when it was still like the razor blade throat stage. Yeah. So that's gotten better. Now it's just mucus and a cough, a mucusy cough. I'm coughing up mucus too. I'm exhausted. The fatigue is crazy. No more fever, thank goodness. But this is intense. Just beware when you're traveling. I didn't know COVID. I mean, I know COVID still existed, but I didn't know there was a new variant prominent in Japan. I was in Japan for 2 weeks. It hit me when I got home, thankfully. Not there, because that would have been terrible, but just something to always be mindful of.
I went to the doctor yesterday because I thought I had a sinus infection or my allergies. The nurse comes back and says, "You feel like this because you have COVID. Did you know that?" I said, "I beg your finest pardon, ma'am. What did you say?" She said, "Yeah, you have COVID and an ear infection and bronchitis." And I said, "Well, how did I get that?"
Hello everyone, it is Friday, May 30th, 2025, and it is almost June. It's almost June. June, July, August, September, updated COVID vaccines are likely not coming. At least not this fall, and if the FDA requirements to have an updated COVID vaccine with at least 6 months of clinical trial data behind it stand, we are not getting updated COVID vaccines until the end of December, possibly never.
As the world lets its guard down, the NB181 variant is a stark reminder that the pandemic isn't truly over. It's evolving. With international travels being a major factor, awareness and early detection are more important than ever. Stay informed, stay cautious, and most importantly, stay safe. We'll continue to follow this story closely, so be sure to like, share, and subscribe for updates that matter to our global and Pan-African community. Stay safe and see you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in.